crunch time. Or whatever sound it makes when you eat a muffin. Because we have a muffin this morning. Also, this, which we will be getting into shortly. I forgot. Peggy loves muffins. Forgot about that. It's a well-known Peggy fact. My mother made this. It's, what is it? Is it...
It's banana bread.
Is it banana bread?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm gonna eat this. I don't know what it is. It's banana bread. Looks delicious. Tired Psychobomb with the milk bombs. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're having we're each having half a muffin. Oh, it's very good. That's very good. There's a crunch on the top, yes. So yeah, this counts as crunch. I can hear it in my mouth. Jess says half a muffin is a level of self-control I never have possessed. This works out better.
There was only one.
Yeah, there was only one, so we're splitting it in fairness. And then also, my mother gave us one because she knew that if she gave us two, that I'd be like, you didn't need to give us 2 muffins. They're big muffins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, you really only need half a muffin anyway. But I didn't want to use my fingers because, like, then my fingers will get all, like, sticky. They're as big as your head. They're quite large. Anyway. Hi, folks. Congrats to scrolled past gaming fan who is officially an uncle. Congrats on that. I was about to say, what sort of news has everyone got in the past few days? And gaming fan's like, I'm an uncle, and I'm like, that's news. That counts. We have trying to think of any like news we have. Last night was interesting. We've been refocusing our efforts on going to bed very specifically at the same time each night. Like in bed at midnight, full stop. We've been doing pretty good. Last night we got in bed, I was like, okay, this is great. We're gonna get a full night's rest, no interruptions. Boom, bada, bing.
Coffee.
4:15 a.m. Beep! Beep! I thought I dreamt it. Mal shakes me awake. Steven. And I'm still very out of it, and I'm like, huh. There's a beep. And I was like, there's a beep? She goes, yeah. And I was like, okay. Turn the lights on, get up, walk around the house, every room. There's a train. Thank you, Brandon. Walk in every room, look at everything, take our time, kind of waiting for that beep to happen again. Doesn't happen again. Go back to bed, laying in the bed like, is it gonna beep again? No more beeps. And then sleep until morning. So there was this ominous double beep that happened in the middle of the night. We have no idea what it was from, and it never beeped again.
I don't think it was the fire alarm. Those are more of like a high-pitched chirp.
It also didn't happen again. You know,
no, it didn't.
You know, and
it also felt loud to me, like right next to my ear.
Yeah. And like I was thinking it could be a UPS, but the problem was, if it was UPS, it was loud.
Do we have a CO2 detector? There's the one in the guest room.
Yeah.
Garbage trucks were not last night.
Mm-mm.
I'll have to check the beeps on the CO2 fire alarm.
I mean, shouldn't it have kept going off?
Yeah.
It's not good. And we didn't lose power. The power on everything is, like, the clocks and stuff are still working. So, and all of the UPSs that we have are not down. Well, you have one in the studio.
Two in the studio.
You have two in the studio, now you have two up here. But they're too far away to have been that loud. So, I don't know. It's weird. But now we're just kind of like, I don't know what beeped. That's the thing about dreaming it. If it had just been Mao, or if it had just been me, could have probably written it off as like, oh, you had a dream. Random song time. When I was a kid, I loved to see the Roadrunner go meep meep. But as an adult, I don't like to hear my house go beep beep. It wakes me up in the middle of the night and I get really mad. And then I have a lack of sleep and that just makes me sad. That just makes me sad. First part of that story was absolutely true. My favorite character from Looney Tunes as a child was Roadrunner. Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote was absolutely, bar none, my favorite thing.
This coffee is hot.
Anyway, asking for a random song is actually really hard when there's no dedicated subject. I'm like, I guess whatever I was talking about. Simple Recordings, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the song. Anyway, I don't know what that what that beep was.
We'll keep an eye out.
Well, we won't. We'll keep an ear out.
Brandon, I heard that too.
A chicken?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I heard a chicken.
When?
Just now, when Brandon said that. It's like when the song ended.
Was it the part of the song?
The alert went off?
Was it the part of a song, or is it the part of, like...
An alert that Chaz changed.
Chaz just does stuff. Like, you just hear chickens or whatever, and, like, you don't know. There's no... I have no way of knowing anymore. Things just happen. Chickens happen. I need to finish this so I can
He said, I
focus
have
better.
not made a secret chicken alert yet. Maybe it was the end of that song.
The great thing is that now that we've talked about it, Chaz could make one, and then he could play it like 1 in 100 times, so people just start losing their minds. Like, there's no visual indication. It's just the chicken sound that sometimes occurs, and you're like, did I hear a chicken sound? And everyone's like, I think I did, but then it never happens again. And silently, Chaz laughs to himself.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Oh, there's something else.
What?
I don't remember. As quickly as I had thought of it, it left. We released mail.
Uh-huh.
At least for March. That came out. April's is ready. Praise Dan. I don't know when I'm going to release that. I might give it a few days to just kind of space out mail. But, yeah, there's that's ready as well.
See what Brandon said? It looks like it was the end of C418's death.
Oh.
Coffee!
Unfortunately, we've now given Chaz plenty of ideas. So, that's probably going to happen. Oh, that's right. In addition to liking muffins, Peggy also likes chicken. Not to eat them. Just likes the way they look. I think they remind her a little of herself. Oh my god, is that back to back?
Yep.
Wow. Those were sent seconds apart. We haven't had a double Peggy in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. That was, the
Double
first...
Peggy.
That was double Peggy. First Peggy, 2033 bits from Rianne74, followed immediately by a second Peggy by Scolopendra, who says, plot twist, it was Peggy. Peggy beeps twice and then leaves. Upsetting you for days. Wondering what exactly that sound was. Thank you both. It has been a while. There's probably like some sort of like...
And Dale says, double Peggy all the way across the sky.
It's probably like some sort of like good luck. Like one Peggy, oh, there's going to be beeps and ingress in your line, but two Peggies. Oh yeah, that's right. Thomas has a big thing written up about how Peggy is actually good.
How's your muffin?
It's almost gone. And then I promise I'll play the Mario game.
Maybe it was a passing train. We don't have any trains nearby.
If it was a passing train, we have much bigger problems.
The closest train tracks I can think of to us are closed permanently.
Yeah, there's no train. Source. I lived next to a train for years. The train track.
Ghost train.
Train track literally went outside my house.
In college.
Like, when I looked, where the train ran, I could have opened my window and just spit on it every day, and it came by every single day. In the wee hours
Yeah, I
of
would
the
have
morning.
not picked that dorm to live in.
Well, when 3 of the 4 people living in the dorm have a class at the building next to the dorm, it's where you live. Guess who didn't have a class there? Me. So I had to drive across the city every day. It was fine. It was fine. Alright, muffin. You were delicious.
Another Peggy.
She can't stay away. That's also from Rianne. Who says, I live next to a train, and there's nothing like waking up at 6 a.m. to the train passing. That's my literal life experience. You know what the worst thing is? We were so close to the train track. When I said I could spit on the train, like that wasn't like a metaphor or whatever. I mean that. Like if I spit, I would have spit onto the train. That's how close I was. It shook the building. Like every morning, like I'm in the bed, and all of a sudden, I'm shaking because the train goes by, and it's. I'm like, ah.
Sometimes they're not allowed to blow their whistles based on the hours and stuff, but then like
This one didn't
that's
care.
also a problem with if the lights and the gates aren't working, then like there's some rules about it, and I think every state's a little different.
Was that double Peggy again?
It was.
For a second time? So the first was from Rianne. This is from DannyX6, who says, are we doing this morning? We've had so many Peggies already. This is the most Peggies we've had in one stream in a long, long time. She was awakened by the sound of strange beeps. Anyway, Rianne and Danny, thank you. I appreciate it. I need to,
Start reading some of those
yeah,
so you
I
can
need-
work on Mario.
Yes. Yes. Because there's a little Mario to play. Mr. Game Boy gift subs to Silent Companion, and then also to Anise Vandervault. Mr. Gameboy, thank you. Also got a sub from Leah L. Pritchard for 17 months. Thank you, Leah. 2 months from Max of the West, who says, it's already been a month and a half since the great milk bombing of April 2020. Wow. Thank you for all the laughs, Stephen Amell. Thank you, Max. 9 months, Triple Plus from Rara Oaks. Happy day, my Twitch baby is here. Peggy is her name. This was sent before we even told this story, so that's frightening. A wee. But for real, thanks for all the laughs and the hard times. Questions for both. What is the game for Extra Life that you are not nervous to do? Like games that I would be legitimately excited if they showed up on Extra Life? I mean, there's actually some really good quality Wii games.
I want to see the weird stuff, like the zoo games.
I like the weird stuff. Like, there's a balance. Like, if something's really, really bad, then it's really, really bad. But there's some things that are like, they're not great, but they're fun in like a strange way, and they're fun for 30 minutes. You know, for an Extra Life time slot, yeah, it'd be fun. It was like when we did that Christmas game where we streamed that Christmas Wii game at Christmas time, which now feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Like that was fun. I don't think we should do that for Extra Life again because I'm pretty sure we've played
all of that
everything there is to see in that. But there's so many other games that are like that. There's sorry. There's a game that I have in my head and I don't know the title of it. No, there's probably a few. I don't know. Extra Life could go a lot of different ways. Like, if it went towards just weird stuff, there's absolutely there's 30 plus games at bare minimum like that are just weird. So if people decide, you know what, this will be the time where we do like weird stuff, I'd be fine with that.
Coffee.
Carlos says you could speedrun Wii Fit. I mean, that's another thing. Like, Wii Fit is a genuinely good game. And we could just play, like, if people just want to see Wii Fit, that would be great, too. I would do that. I love Wii Fit. And Wii Fit Plus, because they added more. There's another Peggy! This one from Platinum Pikachu 153. Who said, all these Peggies made me realize I was exactly one Peggy away from the 5K bit badge, so I was like, why not join in? Well, congrats on your bit badge. And yeah, I'm starting to lose track here of the Peggies, but I think that's like, oh my god, there's another one. That's 6 or 7? I think 7. Again, this is far more than we've seen in some time. Pikachu, thank you. And then also another Peggy from Rianne. Rianne, thank you. She was summoned by the beeps. That's what it was.
Carlos was saying that he does not recommend speedrunning Wii Music.
I feel like that would be the easiest game to speedrun. You just tap A. Does the game use more than that button? I've only played Wii Music for like 30 minutes. 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
My favorite
because we did the first 20.
Is transforming into a dog and barking.
Steven, you have much to learn. Man, we had a conversation not long ago.
That's already 22 minutes too long.
See, that's the real burn. We had a conversation with Alex and Haley recently, and we were talking about no, Peggy, we weren't talking about you. We were talking about you know, the future at whatever point where we can all get together and do another Let's Play. And Alex suggested Wii Music. And I was like, have you ever played Wii Music? He goes, no. I was like, that probably wouldn't be a great game for the four of us to Let's Play together. And he was like, I think it would be great. And I'm like, ah!
Some people are pointing out that Carlos did speedrun it during Coliseum last year. If it was the first day, Steven was asleep.
It's true.
And otherwise, like, it was hard to have so many people in the room at all times, so...
He's the world record holder? Really? I don't remember the speedrun of Wii Music. I don't remember that.
I mean, there was also times where we were out, like, getting groceries or going to Player's Choice or filming bumpers.
I need to watch this and find out for myself.
Yeah.
Also, the other Peggy, there's another Peggy here. This is from Bucky Boy. He said, I heard there were a lot of Peggies and I have no self-control. I mean, we've already created a gaggle of Peggies. I think that's the appropriate term. Gaggle?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we were at Player's Choice at the time? Yeah.
Oh.
That would make sense. We had to take John.
We had to take... like, John is in a crib.
He
like,
needed
screaming. Like, video games. We're like, okay, baby John. Oh my god, there's...
Oh, I can't reach it.
That's 2033 from Maximan, who says, Endless Peggy.
Oh, you have to reach it.
And then another Peggy from Rianne. Maybe Peggy just really likes Wii
There's
Music.
a game I want to do for Extra Life.
Also, Wii Music...
You gotta turn the other way.
Wii Music is under W for Wii.
That's not what I'm trying to grab.
Oh, what are you trying to grab?
It's Let's Play Ballerina.
Oh my god. KL... Oh god. Lego, Let's Tap.
Wouldn't it be next to Let's Tap?
Let's Play Ballerina.
Yes, that's the one I want to play. I want to play this so I can critique it heavily.
This uses the balance board. Just want everyone to know that. So it's probably great. Is that another one?
Yes.
So after Rianne summons Peggy, that's Nixelpad who says, Peggy is excited for Extra Life this year. I mean, it's interesting because, like, even if we do the Wii, which Amazing Island is not for, there will still be Peggy in the form of people making Peggy emotes. Like, Peggy will be present no matter what. Nixelpad, thank you. You have to scroll back up to the top and keep going, or we'll never get through this. 20 months from Cassie. Cassie, thank you. 3 months, that's a plus.
Wait.
From 6...
You move so fast. Cassie has a kitten.
Oh yeah, yo, I've seen it.
Cassie was saying that in chat earlier.
It's orange.
Oh, it's tiny.
It's
so little.
It's a kitten. It's tiny. And I'm like, yes, that is by definition part of the kitten experience. Oh my god. Peggy loves kittens! Also!
Peggy would love kittens.
Peggy would be the type to put a kitten, like, on her back and just run. I haven't seen the Sonic film, but I watched one of the new trailers for it, where Sonic picks up a turtle, and he's running down the highway, and he's holding the turtle, and he's like, now you know what it's like to go fast! And it was really dumb, and it was one of those things that was like, okay, that I would enjoy this film. Is that another one? I don't think I had thanked Rianne for this one before Mr. Game Boy 18 with another Peggy. So man, hey Peggy, Peggy will make you sing soon. Be ready.
Are you?
I'm never actually ready. There's no level of preparation.
I believe in you.
I mean, you can't, first off, you can't prepare. What's the topic going to be? I won't know until the song starts playing.
Kittens? Peggy's love of kittens?
Please stop giving ideas. Please, just hold. Unless they make you sing, in which case,
no.
that's.
I'm more mentally prepared on Fridays.
That just sounds like Sweet Justice, where you're the one making the prompts, and then suddenly the joke is like, no, you have to do the song. Just saying. Where was I? 63 Phils resubscribes to 3 months and says, hey, I got a plus. Congrats. Another one? I'm not keeping track of these. How many are we at? 15? Dear God. Rianne, thank you. And then there's a nut. Yeah, there. Okay. 2033 bits from Shy, who says, Peggy loves kittens. She thinks that they're delicious. No, Peggy wouldn't eat it. Does she have a mouth? Yeah. Oh, she has a mouth. She doesn't have eyes. I couldn't remember which one it was.
She has a face.
There's like all these emotes, and I'm like, does she have a mouth? I can't remember. She does.
You want to give me the controller so I can do that?
She has no mouth and she must hear. Yes! Why? You should have just started sooner. You have to keep talking until it initiates the game. We have to get to 100 on this. It's a race. Peggy's versus...
Oh, that's right, you have to have all these
Just
mushrooms.
Get rid of the rotten mushrooms. If you get something good... Think about Peggy carrying a kitten safely across Route 66? When she saw a kitten stranded, she knew she had to fix the situation by carrying her across Route 66. Peggy is a harbinger of love and evil, but she will never do bad things to a kitten. Ooh. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna give myself a pass for rhyming kitten with evil today. No, wait, what did I say? Yeah, evil with kitten. That was an oops. Brandon says 4 out of 10. Good message. I'll take it. I'll take it. Mallory's just over here smug as a bug in a rug.
No.
Over here like, well, I didn't have to sing a song. Peggy carrying a kitten safely across the... Well, yeah, the message was good. The message was good. I put all my mental focus into trying to rhyme Route 66. And then I was like, everything else can fall apart. 5 gift subs from Tired Psychopomp 91 to Astro Alchemist 8, Cyndaquil and Dunsparce, Tynan 333, David Dillon 1287, and Zax T-Mac. Psychopomp, thank you. 17 months from Armored Frog was 17 months. Have a great day, grandparents in chat. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ow.
Sorry. I was trying to put my...
Stop hitting my head.
I didn't mean to keep hitting you. I'm trying to move my... Your head's there.
Don't put your hand in my head.
Well, I'm trying to relax.
We want a Caro Cola.
Yes. Jesus. Oh, you're going to get real things. Get rid of... Well, we already have 2. Get rid of a pick-me-up. I'm worried about this. 300 bits from Maximin, who says, things are finally looking good in my province of Nova Scotia. We have like 2 active cases and haven't had any new ones in over a week. I'm at the point where I feel comfortable seeing my friends again. These are happy times for me. Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. We, South Carolina cases are trending up, so... We actually, less than a week ago, had our highest, the highest confirmed infections so far in South Carolina. Peggy's like, infections! So, you know, very different parts of the world. It's exciting. That Peggy is from Danny X6, who says, ah, freaking we! Peggy's edgy phase. When Peggy gets like a really like interesting haircut. Like what would be an edgy haircut? What is an edgy haircut? Mr. Game Boy with another Peggy.
Liberty Spikes?
Liberty Spikes, yeah, that's a good one. God, Peggy with Liberty Spikes. Mr. Game Boy says, Peggy rates the song a 4 out of 10. You didn't have enough, Peggy. Oh, the song was about Peggy. The song had a clear vision, mostly. Mr. Monkey 789 with 4 months. I've watched you guys for 7 years. I found you by searching Kirby Superstar when I learned it didn't start on the DS. And I've been hooked ever since. Started watching the vlog and even going through Nintendo Speaks. I just want to thank you both. That is... What's the line from Star Wars? It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I'm glad you've been enjoying yourself. Thank you, Mr. Monkey. 11 months from Destiny Light 2. Almost a full year supporting our favorite internet grandpas. Maybe that's supposed to say grandparents. But you're an honorary grandpa.
Coffee!
Thank you. 520 bits from Tired Psychobob, who says, found out I'm super vitamin D deficient, and apparently milk helps with a bit with that. So milk bombs, I guess? There you go. You have to stay healthy. And that's how you do it. 18 months from Chaman. It's my birthday. Turning 21 today. Happy birthday. Here's some trivia. In the Hyperdimension Neptunia games, the 4 main nations are named after consoles. PlayStation, Lean Box, Xbox, Lowy, the Wii, and Planeptune, the unreleased Sega Neptune. That's interesting. Also, I haven't thought about the Sega Neptune in forever. And there's another Peggy. This is from Vegetable Sorbet, who says, I believe the phrase is, ah, wee! There's another Peggy! Are you guys trying to beat the previous Peggy record today? I don't remember what it was, but it was more Peggies than should legally be allowed into one room. Which actually is just 2. Second Peggy was from Nixelbad, says, this Peggy is a harbinger of doom. Prepare to sate her through song. Okay. I mean, it probably can't go as bad as the last one. So I guess there's that. Nixelbad, thank you. And then another 2033 bits from Rianne74. You guys are going for a record. Rianne, thank you. Dear God. I gotta scroll back up and try to get through more things. Tired Psychopop with another 5 milk bombs. To AceNog1234, Green Day Rock, Dave Barcourt, Alvis Darklaw, and Con1 Fro. Appreciate it. Never challenge the chat. 8 months from Vaccinated Cujo says, at work answering phones and hanging out with my internet grandparents. Pretty sure that makes this the best day. I think it seems pretty good. Thank you, Cujo. 500 bits Mr. Gameboy says, I think Muffin Time works in and of itself, since in the ASDF movies, the Muffin wants to die. Good to see you are giving it its wish. Oh yeah! I remember those. Weren't those made by the guy that also did stuff with Eddsworld? Is that the same guy? Tom Ska, yeah. Yeah, Tom Ska. I had a weird, like, connection with, Matt from Eddsworld, which is, like, it was from very, very early on in the vlog's, life. And we're still friends. That is another, of course it is, from Rianne. Rianne, thank you. Oh my God, what is this? What is this that's happening? Create a national anthem for our great Peggy land, ruled by Peggy and her sons? Oh, what are the names of the kids? I don't remember! Someone put them in chat before... okay, well, we'll see. It is time to talk about the great Peggy land, ruled by Peggy and her hand. She has lots of sons like Nelson and Todd, and she probably has another one that is odd. Oh wait, no, that's the dog. Cindy! I was like, what's that one that's naked and had to have a appendage removed because it was against TOS? That was Cindy. That was Cindy. Hey, at least that song rhymed.
Yeah.
You don't get to say anything. You don't get to
I'm playing this game for you, and I'm doing pretty good.
For me? You're playing it for us! We're trying to get the item. We haven't even talked about that, have we? I should do that. That's 5,000 bits from Nixelpad. Nixel, thank you. I wanted to say, if anyone's curious about why this is happening, why Mario RPG is up in the corner, it's because when we did the Mario stream last Friday, we got to Great Guys Casino. One of the things that you can win is an item that does 100 damage, 150 if you've boosted your stats, to all the enemies on screen. But you get it by winning this stupid game,
What's red essence?
you won't be attacked for 3 turns during battle. It's a really good item. Just FYI.
Okay.
But, you know, you have to kind of decide what we are keeping and getting rid of. I mean, mid-mushrooms are worthless. Able juice is worthless, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, we're trying to get this item, and it's going to take so long that I was like, we should just do it during breakfast stream. So Mao is grinding through this little mini game in order to win 100 times to get this thing. Because we've lost control of our lives. That's really why. 300 bits from Nixelpad says, good morning, grandparents. I know I'm not obligated to, but I feel sort of bad that I won't be here the whole time, since I'm going to be helping a friend move to their new house. This was supposed to happen yesterday, but plans changed, and you either have to go with it or get pointlessly frustrated. Well, that's awesome that you're helping a friend, though.
Yeah.
As someone
Moving is awful.
As someone who has moved multiple times and then also has desperately needed friends to help, and they have helped, I'm always very appreciative of the fact that people help. So I'm glad that you're doing that. Also, another Peggy. It says, Peggy is aided from your song and will avoid violence for now. Thank you, Peggy. And thank you, Nixelpad. Also, enough beans have showed up. Have the beans. Patreon.com/StephenGeorgeMalmix if you choose to support us there. We appreciate it. There are a lot of beans, so you get the ticker. 300 bits from Summer Essentia. Morning. On Tuesday, you were told about Brunost, aka brown cheese, and how it's more like a caramel. But that's not quite accurate. It's actually made of whey, which is what is left of milk that's used to make normal cheese. The whey, which is taken from both cow milk and goat milk, is cooked into the brown cheese we love in Norway. While it isn't caramel, it certainly does taste like it. Oh. Well, the stroopwafels, I think, are actual...
Caramel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're actual caramel, but...
Now,
Neat.
growing up where I'm from, they take the curds, and then you just eat them as cheese curds. And they squeak on your teeth if they're fresh.
Yeah. If they do a squeak.
Mm-hmm.
If they do a squeak. Let's see. We got 300 bits from Prince. He says, just curious, because I'm positive, based on how Twitch likely works as a company, how much you guys get per 100 bits? Also, I know you guys collect gaming stuff and video games themselves, but is there anything else you collect? I myself personally collect Monopoly boards. I think I just broke 20 separate Monopoly boards in total yesterday. Oh, wow. That is a lot of Monopoly boards. Of course, if you're collecting Monopoly boards, you probably have like a lifetime of boards to collect. As far as bits go, you actually when you send bits to a creator, they get all of those bits. They don't get a percentage of that. There's percentages that are based off of like everything else basically on the internet, like everything else, like subs and gift subs like that. But if you send bits to someone, they get all of those bits, which is nice. It also is really meaningful when Twitch does their little promotionals. Like they did one for like Terminator or something a while back, where when people would cheer bits, they would give additional bits, and it's really nice because, again, boosted bits. Yeah, I think it's what it's called, and that's really nice of them because like those, like the streamer gets 100% of that, so there's no like percentage cut for bits on Twitch. As far as collecting other things. So when I was younger, I collected Beanie Babies. Now, have I collected Beanie Babies since I was a child? No. But I had probably... How many of those do you think I have? Like, at least 50, maybe 70?
I don't know. I've never seen them all.
They're in the curio.
I know, but I've never, like, looked at them.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably had, like 50 to 70 Beanie Babies.
Carlos says, don't you collect grandchildren?
That is the sort of phrase that gets you picked up by the police. I do not. I don't collect grandchildren. Renee says hoards grandchildren. These are my grandchildren.
When I was in 5th grade, I think, I collected masks.
Yeah.
And I only have one left that I kept because it was very special to me, and it was my favorite one. And my dad had gotten it on a trip to Houston, and he knew I collected them at the time. So he was like, oh, you know, look at this mask. You know, Mallory would really like it. It's a cat. And it was the only cat one I ever had. And that was the only one I've kept.
You had,
They're all about, like, this big, too. So they're not, like, people-sized.
Yeah, you had, you know, quite a few...
I had, like, 80 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot. This
Yeah.
is more than I had Beanie Babies. Also, I know I'm actually in the middle of answering Prince's other alert. This is another Peggy, and this is from Prince 2033. I noticed when I sent my bits, it didn't show my message on the screen. I'm waiting for you to get to my alert before sending this to see if Twitch just totally ate my message or not. If not, have a Peggy. Also, learning you guys get all the bits is really cool, and honestly, I may have been simply jaded in this time of corporate greed and was pleasantly surprised by this info. Yeah, there's percentages for, and when I said every other thing on the internet, I mean, I mean that. There's percentages for subs or gift subs or Patreon, although Patreon does they are very pro creator in their split, which is really wonderful. And then, what's the YouTube thing? It was YouTube Red, but I think they changed the name. I don't know if it's still called YouTube Red, but that has, like, some sort of split also, so. But, yeah. They're good about that, which is nice. Is it Premium now? Premium. Yeah, okay, they changed the name. And then YouTube TV is a separate thing. That's for, like... Well, it's for watching TV. It's in the name, I guess. But yeah, Premium is what they're calling it now. I can't keep up, because they change things all the time. They really change things, like, behind the scenes. And it, you know, it only makes me scream a little bit.
Some of the time.
Just a little bit. As far as anything else I collect now, not really. You know, I've always collected video games in the sense that I've never really gotten rid of them. So, but the only other thing really was as a kid I did Beanie Babies. I don't think I've ever collected anything else.
Earthbound merchandise?
Oh yeah, okay, I do collect Earthbound merchandise. And I've helped Emil collect Earthbound merchandise. Because there was an auction that went up a few years ago, and I could not get it. It was a little out of my range, and I sent it to Emil. I was like, Emil, I know you love Earthbound as much as I do. You should get this, and he did. And he has now displayed it in such a way that's beautiful. So I'm glad he picked it up. Garler says YouTube is so confusing, but especially with the merge of Google Play Music and YouTube Music. That's specifically why I was confused, because I remembered something happening where they were doing stuff with the music side of that. So Chill Day says I collected Pogs. I didn't collect Pogs, but I had Pogs. So that's, I don't know if it's gonna, I'm gonna count that as a collection, but I still have them. I never had the Earthbound Pogs though. Would love to have had those. We got a sub from QR Cat. Welcome. Rara Oaks gives a sub to Gaming Fan 1928. Thank you, Rara. 300 bits from Gamer Girl 2108. Morning, Stephen Amount. Been up since 3. So if I fall asleep when you read these bits, I apologize. That would have been like if we woke up during the beep beep, but then never could fall back asleep. And thankfully we did go back to sleep pretty. I fell back asleep easily.
I was up for about an hour.
Sorry. 21 months from Amby Walsh. Happy Thursday, grandparents. Hanging out for breakfast stream while grinding Bell vouchers. Oh yeah, you can turn them into... I have 104 40,000 Nook miles because I don't go to islands.
You want to get me some island tickets?
Yes, I promised Haley I would give her some.
She got her villager, though.
Yeah, but she also said she's going to need to do it again.
That's what I need to do.
I'll like, you can have 70,000 and she can have 70,000. I don't use them.
I know.
Just don't need them, so you can have them. Raging Gymnast says, don't you collect Earthbound cards? We did when they weren't prohibitively expensive. Back when they were like less than $100, we would pick them up. But they're very pricey now. So it's not that I would never pick up another one, but I probably am not going to pick them up while they're, double that price. We had 100 bits from QR Cat. Thank you, Cat. 13 months from Sir Danny01. Thank you, Danny. 6 months from Spaceboy333. Finally got to double plus. I was going to make a pun about toast, but my plot was foiled by Muffin.
Muffin.
But it still kind of crunches. So, it still works. Kazuumi with the 300 bits. Hashtag secret chicken. I mean, I really wouldn't put it past Chaz to start adding a chicken sound effect to certain things. So, again, if you hear another chicken at some point in the future, I didn't do it. I don't have anything to do with that now. 300 bits from Shy. This week I was watching a highlighted video of someone playing Twilight Princess for the first time, and seeing them be freaked out at the dark imagery and designs of certain monsters is really funny. As someone who's played through Twilight Princess at least twice, it was fascinating. I guess there's a bit of dark imagery in Twilight Princess, because you have the whole aspect of, like, the dark world. Mm-hmm. But, like, when I think dark Zelda games, I mean, it's got to be Majora's Mask. I feel like that would be scarier. But there's also quite a few Zelda games I haven't played, so maybe I'll change my tune whenever I get a chance to play, like,
Coffee.
Breath of the Wild or whatnot. Mr. Game Boy 18 with 500 bits. So I was watching the first 20 of Cadence of Hyrule this morning, since it was suggested, and I was wondering, is Cadence of Hyrule on the stream list? I know it is hard to play and commentate, but it is also co-op, and it would be interesting to see you two play it together. Also, hopefully you get a better seed than you did during the first 20. Yeah, I heard that I kind of got cheated out of some gameplay there because it was just so hard. I just got unlucky. It is on the stream list. Although it has a big asterisk next to it because I'm kind of interested in doing something special with that, but I can't do it yet. ...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And, it'll be a little bit before I can even begin to work on that. But is it something I'd like to try? Yeah. Yeah. It's a cool game. So, we'll see. I can't make any guarantees, but have Jules play along. It is not having Jules on stream. Although if Jules wants to, he is certainly allowed to. He can show up and be like, I did the guitar. And I'll be like, is this true? This is true. Leah asked if patrons know. No, I don't think I've talked about that specifically. And it's just because it's such a maybe that it's not. It's just an idea, basically. But I can't pursue it for a while. So when I can finally pursue it and it's something I'm genuinely interested in doing, then I'll probably tell patrons and then the general community. 6 months from Axel, the King of Fire, 08. Hey, grandparents. Hope you're doing well. I got a new job, so I decided to subscribe.
Coffee.
This means I won't be able to come to as many breakfast streams as before, but that's what the VODs are for. Hope you have a good morning and give Kepi a pet. Is he?
He's downstairs watching that squirrel.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I have to. The pet will have to be belated because he's doing some squirrel watching. There was a squirrel in the yard this morning, and he was just.
He was very excited about the squirrel.
So he might still be down there watching that squirrel.
Well, I filled the bird feeder yesterday, so.
And we have a squirrel buster, so
Yeah.
like the squirrel can't get into it, but
I've never seen our squirrels try and even try get on the thing.
Yeah. but supposedly they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. In
But
fact,
there's
I had to
still-
adjust it because it was too much for some birds.
There's still plenty of seed that falls to the bottom, though.
Yeah, because the birds just throw it everywhere.
Birds are messy.
Yeah.
Birds are super messy. So, anyway. 19 months from Jennifer Jack. Hi, just a lurker checking in. Glad you're here. Again, cheers to all the lurkers. You're as much a part of this community as anyone else. I'm glad that you're around. 300 bits from Squid, who says, I can't wait for Extra Life Netflix installation disc time. I've seen people talking about that, and like, you just know. You just know.
Yeah.
That if John is streaming during Extra Life, that's what he's going to do. You just know. He's going to have his entire community come over to Extra Life and push for that. And you know what? I'm here for it. Do it. Do it, you won't. I don't even know what happened. Like, it installs an app, but like, it's not gonna take half an hour. It's gonna install, and then
I mean,
we can't watch Netflix. You know, I don't think it even supports it anymore. Like, the disc will work because it's a software disc for the Wii, but like, I don't think you can run Netflix on a Wii anymore. I think it doesn't work. So we could install Netflix, and then we can't watch Netflix. Of course, we legally couldn't do it if we wanted to. Rand says, I don't think it'll even install. Didn't the eShop close out? Well, the eShop did close out, but I presume the installer is on the disc. If it's not, then what on earth was the point of the disc? Does it just use it to like access something? I don't know. I've never had it.
we'll see.
I've never had it, but honestly, knowing our community and knowing John's community, we'll almost certainly see it.
Yeah.
Almost certainly see it. And also shout out to Roland. I haven't talked to him, but he said that yesterday he was going to do games shopping. And I saw Player's Choice put out...
Ooh, a royal syrup.
Oh, that's interesting. Xenon said the disc was to get around an exclusivity contract with the Xbox 360. Oh, because it was a digital thing. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. Roland was going out yesterday to take a little trip and hit game stores. I haven't talked to him, but he was still picking up Wii stuff for us, so... We're hoping. We're hoping. It's a weird year, and it's not getting any less weird. But I'm still holding out hope that by the end of October we can declare that we're doing Extra Life with Wii and not GameCube. Hopefully. 300 bits from Prince Riku, who says Nathan's Wii Shovelware fact of the month. In honor of my birthday Sunday, we look at Smurf's Dance Party, which has all your favorite Just Dance rejects. Tayo Cruz, Mick Jackson, Reel to Reel, Katrina and the Waves, and Apache Indian. Do we own Smurf's Dance Party?
I don't think so.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we do. I can see it. Neat. Neat. Raging Gymnast asked if I would do a Earthbound Extra Life again. Probably not. Probably not. It's not that I would never do anything with Earthbound again. I think we'll definitely do stuff with Earthbound again. But as far as it being the subject of Extra Life, probably not. Just being realistic about it, I feel that what we're doing now by allowing people to vote on games is probably more financially beneficial for the hospital than doing Earthbound.
I think it also, for the audience, that there's more to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a variety, and it's something that is changing on the day of the event,
so,
too.
yeah, if you've missed the beginning, it's not like you've missed half the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not that I don't love Earthbound. I love Earthbound, but you know, we obviously, when we're doing a charity event, we want to try and maximize the money raised for the hospital. And I honestly think that we have got a really good system worked out. So.
Dark Overlord says there's chaos to look forward to.
I do love the chaos. I very much love the chaos. Mr. Gameboy also asked, have you needed to remove games from the list because of songs? So, right now, we're not exactly sure what we're going to do related to it. I think we're going to maybe skip doing rhythm games. Because, I mean, it's a nightmare for YouTube, but it's not great for Twitch either, because you don't have the licensing for that stuff. The other bad part of it is that on the Wii, you can't just get one set of instruments, because not all the games support the instruments. You have to get 2 of each instrument, so you'd have to have 2 guitars. And if you wanted 2 people to play guitars, you'd need 4 guitars, and like 2 drum sets and 2 microphones, because only certain things support certain things. So we would wind up with a lot of plastic instruments around the house. And
too many.
I think because of that, we may not do rhythm games. So no Guitar Hero, no Rock Band. You know, we're legally not supposed to play those, basically. So it's probably best if we just left them off of the list so people can't vote for them. Yeah. Now there's some other games on there I think we'll probably leave. Like there's some singing games and stuff that are...
Do we have the UDraw tablet? Yes.
We do have all the yeah, we don't have all the UDraw games, but we're working on it.
We have a lot of them.
There's some weird karaoke games that I was gonna say they're not licensed. I guess they are. Like I was thinking, there's like a Disney one that actually might be more problematic. Honestly, in retrospect, I'm like, actually, we will try to gently steer folks away from some of the music stuff if we can. Yeah. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. But as of right now, you know, if you're formulating ideas for things to push for, try and think about games that are weird on their own merits and not, you know, music games. Carlos says Wii Music. Well, Wii Music actually should be fine. Because, like, all of the music in Wii Music compositionally is old or full of dogs. It's Wii Music would probably be all right.
Coffee.
Well, I'm not gonna worry about. I probably wouldn't worry about Wii Music too much, but I'll come up with a very like definitive list. When we get
we'll
closer.
go through it, yeah.
When we get closer. Anyway, I keep reading. 500 bits from Thea Hex. I don't have enough for Peggy, but enjoy some Pride bits. Yesterday was Asexual Awareness Day. I think I'm a bad ace. And I hereby nominate Peggy as the cryptid ace icon. Like Mothman. Seems fine to me. Also, Mothman is a name I haven't read in a long time, because Mothman is, they made a movie that I watched a million years ago. Mothman... Chronicles? Prophecies? I don't remember. I also don't remember if the movie was any good. But I know that I saw it. Jam says Prophecies. Okay. Mothman Prophecies. I saw it a long time ago, and now I don't remember much about it. But my parents are really into horror, sci-fi, monster films, those sorts of things. So I grew up watching a lot of that stuff, and I remember very vividly at one point them being really excited about Mothman Prophecies and saying, "Oh, we've got to watch the Mothman Prophecies."
Isn't it based off of a legend from
like West Virginia?
West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think a lot of people, it catches a lot of people off guard whenever I say that about my parents, even like my friends and stuff. They're like,
where is Point Pleasant?
They're like, really? Like sci-fi and horror? I'm like, oh yeah. That was. They've always liked that. So I grew up watching a lot of that sort of stuff. It's probably also why horror like doesn't bother me in the way it seems to bother you and some other folks. Yeah. So anyway, Faye Hex, thank you. Appreciate it. There's another Peggy! From Nixelpad, 2033 bits. As a resident asexual, I proudly accept Lady Peggy as Lord, Savior, and representative of our community. I like it. I like it. I think Peggy has generally positive connotations. Except when she's responsible for Ingress. But otherwise, I think positive connotations. Also, it's so easy to take for granted when things are going well. I guess everyone can relate to that in some way because of the pandemic. But, like, specifically I was talking about the fact that, like, our internet works. And I'm really grateful that our internet works. Because it wasn't that long ago we lived at another place. And our internet did not work. It didn't work. So, I'm, you know, I'm happy that it does. My heart goes out to anyone suffering with Ingress. Especially whenever the ISP guy comes to your door and is like, we all know. We're looking, but it could be anything. Anyway, keep paying us for the thing that's not working.
He replaced a cable at your parents' house and said that was causing some of it.
Yeah, I mean, who really knows, though?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Who really knows? 8 months from Raguzgu. Thank you, Raguzgu. 30 bits from Noah. I got invited to a grad party with all my fraternity brothers on July 4th. Cases are trending down in Jersey, but I still have reservations ongoing. I need social interaction. Help. Well, here's what you do, Noah. If you choose not to go, just have one of your friends turn on FaceTime and walk around, and then you can still be at the party and be like, hey! It's a great idea. Would it be a little odd? Just a little bit. But it'd mostly be fun, and everyone would... You'd be in so many photos. Because people would be taking photos, but you would be in the phone, but still in the photo. Something to keep in mind. 666 bits from Mr. Game Boy. He says, enough, Peggy. Have some toast. Thank you, Mr. Game Boy. 500 from Chemist 2020. So some good news to share. I got a promotion at work recently.
Cool.
I wanted to wait until it was set to announce it. Congratulations. I love good news. That's wonderful. Got a lot of people that had job interviews not too long ago. Some of those folks got the jobs. And now Chemist is getting a promotion. Zia Sarn gives us up to Ochi Brochi. Thank you, Zio. Also, hi, Ochi. We got 245 bits from Sinji41. Or Singy. Probably Sinji, because there's an E in there. I think that's how that would be pronounced. 300 bits from Shy. Mao is Jesse, Steven is James, Kepler is Meowth, and Peggy is Wobbuffet. Together they are members of Team Rocket, here to protect the evils of truth and love and extend their reach to the cars above. And at some point, they'll all ride Peggy into the stratosphere as they go blasting off again.
Coffee.
James is a cool character, so I'm good with this. Like, I always liked James a lot more than Jesse. James seemed more down to earth and empathetic, and Jesse less so. But they were also just, both of them were bad at what their jobs. Kidnap this one. Also, why did they want to kidnap Pikachu so badly? Why didn't they just get a different one?
I have no idea.
There's more than one Pikachu.
I don't remember.
What was the point? And their boss was Giovanni? Like the leader of a crime syndicate? Couldn't he have bought a Pikachu? Isn't he like a billionaire? Something to keep in mind. Peggy requires you to knock on wood to not jinx the good things. Is this wood?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Oh, I got it!
You got it? You got it! Oh, don't throw it away.
Oh my gosh, really?
Well, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. Here we go. Let me make this bigger. We did it! What are you gonna get rid of? Just get rid of a mushroom, and so we can figure out things later. Get rid of or maple syrup. Get rid of a maple syrup. Sure. Okay, don't try it again because we did it. It's done. Oh my god.
You think you're so hot, but you're not.
Okay. So let's go ahead and. Good work, Mal.
I knew I was getting close.
Press and hold.
Coffee.
There we go. And that's it.
Then turn it off and...
Yeah, okay. Let me, I can remove this from the screen because it doesn't have to be on here anymore. There we go. And back to normal. Wow.
Thomas says, oh, Def didn't do that.
We are going to be very over-prepared for some things. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Mal and I struggled in Land's End when we played 10 years ago. And we didn't this time. And we're probably not going to struggle much, if at all, on some of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I'm cool with it. Anyway, Mr. Game Boy, thank you for the Peggy alert. I knocked on the closest thing we had to real wood. Although I don't know that there's real wood.
There is.
In the house.
There is.
Coffee.
The molding is... Oh wait, maybe not. The handrail on the stairs is definitely real wood.
We tried. Wendelium subscribes. Welcome. 300 bits from DannyX6. There's another Danny? This one's a sir. Our ranks are growing. DannyX6, Danny, and Sir Danny. A lot of Dannys. 300 bits from Prince, who says, oh, I just had a Brain Blast idea. For the first 20s of October, you play different Five Nights at Freddy's games. Themes the whole month of first 20s into horror games. Plus, they're all super affordable and there's a variety, and like 3 of them are free, excluding the app. Pizzeria Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, Five Nights at Freddy's World, which is a legit Five Nights at Freddy's RPG, and kind of cute, actually, unless you go looking for other endings other than the obvious one. I have to this day never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game. I understand the concept, and I've seen footage of them. It's basically like Night Trap, but it's a Chuck E. Cheese for some reason. But would I play it? I mean, yeah, I would play it. I don't know that people would get the response out of it they want. I remember playing the Slender Man game, and being just agitated. I was like, this guy keeps following me. I got things to do. Although I was a little jumpy during Amnesia, although a lot of it had to do with the water, because frickin' Deathfish. But yeah, that'd be fun. Actually, on that note, first 20 stream on Tuesday. So that's exciting. And we'll be playing a variety of things, including Xenoblade. Mr. Gameboy said, "Do jump scares not scare you?" Not usually. Like, can they? I mean, a jump scare, I guess, to some extent, could scare anyone. But I'm generally less affected than most of the populace. I'm just kind of like, okay. I like the best horror is environmental horror, like PT. PT is great.
I know you loved PT.
It is, but it's just so good, and the reason people keep talking about it and come back to it is it was just genuinely good. Like, this narrow hallway with a 90-degree turn is such a simple concept. Like, when you turn, what's going to be there? You don't know. You have to go into these doors. Like, the environment is creating more scares than are actually in the game. And he said, That flippin' Wendigo nonsense you played gave me nightmares. Oh, it's a good game. If anyone hasn't seen Until Dawn, they should watch our LP of it. It's great. Mount jumps a lot. It's great. 300 bits from Gold Major says, so fun fact about sea lions. They do have eyes and cannot run as fast as a Peggy, but can swim as fast as 25 miles per hour. As a side note, I wanted to ask why it's okay for Mal to help you grind Mario, but can't play Animal Crossing on breakfast stream. I think enough of the chat would want to hear her talk Animal Crossing that it would be a topic of interest.
So I finished all my bugs and fish last night.
Good work.
2 nights ago, I got my last fish, which was the gar, and as soon as I got it, my fishing rod broke. Like, immediately.
Yeah.
And then last night, I got the rainbow stag, which was the last bug that I needed, and my net broke immediately after.
I haven't been catching bugs or fish.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll probably try and get some of those. So yesterday, I cast my line in, and I was like, oh, I got a piranha. And I was like, oh, that one's hard to get.
That was one of the last ones I got.
And then I cast my line, and I was like, oh, I got another piranha. And Mal's like, really? I was like, yep. And I'm done.
Spark says, blue roses yet? No.
You're
no blue roses yet, but I have 4 possibly hybrid reds.
You're working towards it. 500 bits from Tired Psychopomp says, Twilight Princess is one of the only Zelda games to make me legitimately skin-crawlingly uncomfortable. Stupid photorealistic tarantula boss. That being said, Calamity Ganon and Breath of the Wild was a close second. Yeah, I don't remember there being anything in Twilight Princess that was really that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But my ultimate Zelda scare is just always and forever going to be the Redeads in Ocarina of Time for the first time ever. Just because I very vividly remember that experience as a child. It was a lot for a child. 17 months from Neoman 17. You do know you can't watch Netflix on the Wii anymore, right? Yeah. But that's fine. I mean, it's not like when we played the Game Boy player, we were going to play a Game Boy game. Everyone just wants to see an installation bar. That's what people are donating towards. The ridiculous nature of collectively giving several $1,000s to a children's hospital and then it just being a progress bar, and that was it. That's the whole thing. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. 300 bits from Prince Riku, who says, your incredulousness towards Smurf Dance Party makes me want to share a bit more. The game was going to be an Xbox 360 launch title, but was cancelled due to the Kinect flopping. Also, the game was developed by an indie Japanese studio, so its humor is... It also has songs by the Baha Men and Barbra Streisand exclusive to the Toys R Us version of the game.
Do we have the Toys R Us version? Now you gotta know.
Now I gotta know. It doesn't look like it.
Coffee.
Well, it says Barbra Streisand on the back. So maybe. There are... I really hate that that's a thing, but it is a thing, and it was definitely a thing in the Wii era, because I've seen it on a lot of games. There's a lot of games that had content on disc exclusive to retailers. Like, I have picked up versions of games that... Like, a normal version, and then also, like, a Target version. It's just a thing. And I haven't found a detailed list of that online, so I'm the one making that list. Because as I find them, and it's like, this is a special edition for Walmart, and then I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at an identical game that has a different cover as a result, I'm like, crap. So then I'm trying to log that, so... Yeah. If I have the game, period, then it's checked off. But if I know that a separate version of it exists, I will usually pick it up if it's a Wii game, because they're cheap. Would I spend $200 to get a second Smurfs game? No. But would I spend $2? Yeah. I would do that. I'm not getting Steelbook editions. I'm staying away from Steelbooks. I have some Steelbooks. but that's just generally a replacement. So, Tommy Tor says, do you have a public game collection list like John's Backloggery? Yes.
Is it a Nightbot command?
Maybe. If it's not, then it probably should be. But yeah.
Yep, it is.
There you go. Oh, that's a nice little URL. tiny.cc/George Collection. That's pretty convenient. What category does Netflix disc go into? Oh, God. Miscellaneous. 300 bits from Shy. On the topic of collecting, my siblings and I used to collect state quarters. Oh yeah, that was a thing that a lot of people did. Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. My grandma collected them for all the grandkids, and then when she was done, she gave us each
the books.
The books. I have 5 Pennsylvania, 5 because they have the P and the D on them based on which mint they come from. I have 5 of each from each mint.
From 1999 through 2008, 5 unique quarter designs were printed for different states every year. On top of all that, all quarters have a leather classification on the back, P or D, and quarter books would sort them by this leather since they are very slightly different sizes. Anytime we got a quarter, we'd instantly check the state and leather. The next series was national parks, but they never had the same charm. I remember when that came out. I don't think I collected them. I don't remember that, but I remember that being a big thing for folks.
My aunt worked at a credit union, so whenever they'd get the new quarters in, I think she would just get a sleeve of them and hope they were the mint my grandma didn't have yet.
Hey, Stinker.
Hi, buddy.
Good boy. Yo. Welcome.
Are you done squirrel watching?
You finish your squirrel watching?
He seems like really active. Like, look at his face. He must have been bird watching.
Yeah, he doesn't seem tired.
Sleepy, yeah.
He's up here and happy to be a part of the family, but also like he flopped down and he has a lot of energy.
Oh, look how cute you are.
He's trying to relax though. You relaxing now? Did enough watching.
Anyway, as for the national parks one, Lindsay went to one of the reveals or whatever for them for Fort Sumter. So she went.
That's right. I forgot.
And you could buy them there when they first released them, and she got one for each of us.
I forgot about that. Fort Sumter is far away.
It's in Charleston.
I know, but like, was it actually on Fort Sumter, or was it? So you had to go.
She had to take the boat out to it.
Okay, so you have to drive 2.5 hours and then take the ferry.
Yes, and they had like chairs set up, and they like.
I mean, it's still really neat. Huh. I mean, those sorts of little things make for really interesting stories later. Also,
hi, sweetheart.
That was not the first time she's been to Fort Sumter.
Yeah, we went. Yeah. With Haley and.
God, I forgot about that. That's all on the vlog because that was 2013. Lindsay and Haley visited at the same time, and we went and hung out and did all this cool stuff. And I was like chauffeur.
Yeah.
And I drove everyone around. That was fun. That was a fun week. And then it was 1 month later that Alex and Haley started dating at PAX. Man. Sorry. That was 7 years ago. Noah asked, was that the chocolate-covered jalapeno? Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, you're
I forgot about that. Andrew says, almost like they're friends or something. Oh, you're purring now.
The 3 of us girls have a chat that we've named Girl Power.
You guys talk basically every day?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. I think he's calming down now.
He's purring.
He's purring really hard, though. Anyway, 8 months from Xenon NSMB. Xenon, thank you. 300 bits from CoreK0017. Don't know why my sub-anniversary messages keep disappearing. I suspect it's my incredibly bad phone. Just wanted to say that I realized that I just hit 7 months, which means that for me, 2020 will be the year of Crunch. I refuse to acknowledge it as anything else at this point. Thank you, Stephen Mao, for all that you do. Well, I hope you enjoyed the year of Crunch. For me, every year is the year of Crunch. And to think And to think that if I would have started Breakfast Stream in 2018, like earlier 2018, before I went to the doctor and they're like, don't eat so many eggs, it would have been the, you know, the year of squish. Or drip. Everyone's always telling me that my eggs are liquid. They're not liquid. Andrew in the kitchen. We're just talking about eggs. From 2033 bits, I think this is 26. I believe I've lost count, but Peggy makes everyone happy. She gives everyone a jolly. We've since learned that jollies, another one? Rihanna's just match anyone that sends a Peggy alert. Rihanna's like, I got you. Thank you, Rihanna. We've since learned, since Tuesday's stream, that you know, jollies
Coffee.
might mean something very different in the UK. So we've decided that we will use that term less. It doesn't mean we'll stop. It just means we'll use it, you know, like a little less. So instead of everyone getting multiple jollies in the stream, I hope everyone just gets one good jolly. Oh wait, that's not really. Anyway, people know what I mean. Let me go back up here. 300 bits from Danny X6. He says, this is a tad delayed, but I asked for good vibes for an audition a while back. While I didn't get into that show, I was able to get into a different one as a featured dancer. Thanks to you two in chat for the good vibes. Awesome. I love to hear the reports back on the good vibe usage. And if you need good vibes, it's a good place to get them. Folks will send good vibes your way. And I think to some extent everyone collectively wants to hear good news too. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in people's, like in the world, and then also people's individual lives. So hearing good news, even if it's not like your specific news, is still good. It's like, yes, I want to hear what's going on that is good. It's too easy to turn on the news or Twitter and just see a lot of like the bad in the world, but there's good in the world. And, you know, trying to keep that in balance is helpful.
I wanted to say that chat's talking about British slang.
Yes.
Your tweet to Satsy, I thought was hilarious. Because it's such a Myrtle Beach thing.
Oh, where I said, I tweeted to Satsy and I said, wait until you hear that the shag is a dance.
Alabama wrote a song about it.
It's a dance. But it is not, that's not a US term.
No.
That is very, very, Brandon's got the tweet. It is very, very specifically a Carolina coast term.
It is a type of, I believe, Eastern swing dance. Like a very regional, this county, and that's what they call it.
Yeah, it's literally like a Myrtle Beach thing.
Yeah. In fact, like the North Myrtle Beach Water Tower has a picture of two dancers
doing the shag.
They kind of look like dolphins because they curve away from each other.
And
when I saw it, I didn't have my contacts in, so I was like, are those dolphins? And Steven's like, no, they're people. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they're people shagging. And then, you know, an asterisk, and then reiterate, that is a dance here. What's that on the water tower? Oh, it's two people shagging.
Like, there's stores specifically that sell, like, shoes for that. Yeah.
It's actually, it's quite a big thing here. It's a older generation thing. Mm-hmm. You know, there are certainly younger people that have taken to it, but it's mostly people that are probably like 50 plus that do it.
One time when my mom was here, she went down to, there's certain places, like bars, where that's what they do every night.
Harold's?
I think so. She went to one of them, and she was like, they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah, Fat Harold's is a...
Yep, that's...
Yeah, Fat Harold's is a place that does it. But there's a bunch of places down on the boulevard that's just the thing. And in the summer, you know, you'll see people there. Even to some extent in the winters, before it gets too cold, you'll see snowbirds.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
It's a type
You learn something.
It's a type of swing dance in our region.
And actually, the video I linked to Satsy specifically, if you look up... did I end up linking the video, or did I just think about linking it?
I think you did.
Okay. If you look up, there's a song by the band Alabama, and it's called Shagging on the Boulevard. And that music video is filmed... Okay, so I did. It's filmed in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And all of the stuff that they talk about are...
Because it's like down on Peach's Corner, and that's like...
Yeah, all that stuff, you know.
They show actual Peach's Corner.
Yeah. So, check it out.
Yeah.
Probably won't mean as much to everyone else as it does to me, because like I know where all the things are. But
did you stretch out and grab my hands? You're precious.
Anyway, 300 bits from Nixelpad, who says, I just realized that I never told y'all. So 2 weeks ago, I had the interview with the middle school down the road from me. Well, Tuesday around noon, I get a phone call from them and was offered a position as an 8th grade math teacher.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited, as this was my first ever big person interview and my second ever big person job. Thank y'all for the well wishes. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. Again, just hearing good news about folks in the community makes everyone feel better. Everyone's like, yes, good. Very good.
Come here.
Also, shout outs because 8th grade math
Come here.
was the last time I understood math.
I enjoyed middle school math a lot.
Oh wait, no, 8th grade math was the...
Once I got into once I got to trig, that's where everything fell apart.
No, 8th grade math is where it fell apart. That's right. I thought it was 9th grade, but no. 9th grade was geometry. 8th grade was pre-algebra, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I liked pre-algebra.
Couldn't do it. They started bringing letters in with those numbers, and I was out. But
no, actually, that was algebra for me.
But I only got a B.
I did pre-algebra in 7th grade.
I was a straight A student until 8th grade. In 8th grade, I got a B in math. In 9th grade, I got a C in math. In 10th grade, I got a D in math. And then in 11th grade, they were like, oh, we really need to move you into something else. And I was like, yes, thank you. And then I was good. 300 bits from Prince, who says, the reason that Team Rocket wants the Pikachu Ash is in the first season, super early on, Pikachu shows itself to be super strong to them. And they're like, oh, that's the ultimate Pikachu, for sure, the best Pikachu in the world, obviously. But, like, this isn't explored ever again from what I remember. And, like, also, like, Pokemon are animals? Like, they're literally bred. Couldn't they have just paid to get, like, a stronger Pikachu bred? It's a little loose on plot.
Kippy, I can't post the picture of you if you're holding my hands.
Like, if you... Like, I understand that they had to have, like, an adversary, for Ash and his team, but, like, it's such a weird one. Like, oh, this professional... Thank you, Chaz. Cartoon made for children, loose on plot, News at 11. I'm just saying, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Scroll down.
I can't. The thing's not working at all.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there it goes. It started working again. I ordered a new keyboard, by the way. It'll be here by...
I posted a picture, Kathy.
It won't be here by tomorrow, but it'll be here by next Tuesday, so we'll see if it works. Will it? I don't know.
I posted this picture.
Aw.
He won't let go of my hand. It's already gone.
Okay.
But it looks like this.
He's precious. He's precious. Anyway, yeah, it just doesn't, it doesn't make sense.
If you get in my lap, I'll get you up here on camera and we can snuggle.
He's comfortable.
Oh, but he likes snuggles.
300 bits from Jam. She says, I'm pretty sure that if you guys were out of the needed slathering of internet juices, we won't have a whispered Thunderdome to end the stream, but real Thunderdome within days. I'm happy to announce that I am 4,000 words out of a final 8,000 words done of a massive editing and co-writing project, which is like my F word, nearly at the finish line. So happy. Have a great day. Also, congrats on what I assume is like the Sword of Kings from Mario RPG or something. Well, first off, congratulations, because that's awesome. And it's nice to have shared experiences of, oh crap, there's this big thing we have to do, and we're getting to the point where it's getting done. So I can certainly relate to that. Sword of Kings is a little different because Sword of Kings is technically random. Like, every time you get into a battle, you have a 1 in 128 chance. Whereas Mario RPG, you know definitively once you've done it 100 times, you'll get it. So, Sword of Kings could take longer or less. But Mario RPG is always the same amount of time. I don't think there's any random stuff like that in RPG. There might be, though. I don't know. I'm just glad that we have it. It's done.
It's done.
It's done. Our inventory is screwed, though.
Yeah.
Like, we need some inventory management bad tomorrow. Before we, like, when we start the stream, that's the first thing we need to do, because we're going to be in trouble. We get a sub from NCDCEXE. Welcome. We have another 300 bits from Jam. He says, I would love to see you play a month of horror titles. That's why I sent you stuff like Layers of Fear with PT-like creeps and environment and a few jumps. And Alien Isolation since it's on Switch and a great port. I consider sending Until Dawn, in a total win. I can't wait to see something like it happen again in the future. Also, I should make sure you have a full slate for chat next Tuesday. The Messenger, a total 10 out of 10 game, is on my list, but it takes over an hour to really get into. Trying to think of what we have on this. Oh, so I'm not going to spoil it. One of the games I'm playing for First 20 is a game I have done a full Let's Play of. But, it's a new port, and I was like, I think that would be interesting because I want to see what it plays like. I just wanted to know. So, there's going to be, there is going to be a First 20 of a game I've already done a full playthrough of.
Coffee.
And that's, you know, is a little weird, yes, but it's a port, and I want to see how it runs. So, we'll see.
So you have at least 2 for Tuesday. That and the other one you mentioned.
And another one.
Okay.
And another one. Actually, oh my god, that one's also an RPG. Okay. I'm gonna try and start early on Tuesday because there's an RPG and also Xenoblade, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, okay, it'll be a long one. It's probably gonna be a long one, but I'm looking forward to it. Also, as far as like the idea of doing like creepy stuff in October, I really like the idea. I think it'd be fun for First 20. It'd also be fun to just do another scary project. Even if it was something that wasn't like super scary, if it was just something that was in the mood of it. Are you stealing my son?
I'm stealing him.
Literally dragged him off of my lap so you could hold him.
Hi.
What's that game? Like Little Nightmares? That's been something that's been on my list of things I wanted to play at some point. So like, that might be a good one for October. There's a lot of these things. Again, I scream into the void every night before bed. There are too many video games. That's my it's my biggest problem. And Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is on our list. So like, there's just so much. There's just so much. There's too many video games. Too many video games. 367 bits from Vegetable Sorbet. Don't mind me, just cleaning up my bit pouch after Peggy. I like that mental image of everyone on Twitch has got a little kangaroo pouch, and it's filled with. Again, we've decided the physical form of bits would be like gems because that's what seems to be what they're portraying.
No.
So it's got like a little gem pouch.
I can feel his heartbeat on my chest.
I mean, that's good. He's still doing good. AJ Red says he's been keppy napped.
What's up, bud?
235 bits from Mr. Game Boy. Mr. Game Boy, thank you. 300 bits from Prince Riku. There exists, however, a Wii game I personally remember off of Wii that is uniquely bad. Jenga World Tour. GameShark said the game is an affront to everything good. GamePro listed it as number 5 of the worst games of the 2000s decade, and IGN called it the flat-out worst game of 2007. It featured such options as Jenga underwater, Jenga but it's ice, and a level in the African nation of Zambia where Atari apparently thinks dinosaurs still live today.
What's up, bud?
Trying to see if I have J, E, J, A, J. Is that it?
That's
Oh.
coffee. That's coffee, Kippy.
Oh, we don't have it.
We don't?
No, we don't have Jenga World Tour. I look forward to the day where someone can mention a very random Wii game and I could just pull it off of the shelf, but we're not there yet. We are still missing 450? Something like that?
Oh,
Like,
you
for as
don't
many
want
as
the
we
update
have, and
anymore.
it certainly
Are you
feels
too
like we have
warm?
a lot. I mean, we're still missing, like... Oh! 482! That is almost as many games as the GameCube library. There's 550 games in the GameCube library, so... Yeah. Anyway, I hope we get it, and I hope that we play it during Extra. I want to play the flat-out worst game of 2007. That sounds spectacular. Mr. Game Boy gives a sub to Shagging the Dance. XD Symphony resubscribes for 8 months and says, going back to work soon, not sure when, but Ontario is allowed to open daycare soon after regional health checks. After regional health checks
Things
out, but I'm guessing before next month. Thank you for the entertainment these last few weeks. No problem. Happy to, you know, try and help people stay sane, you know, during all of this too. 500 bits from Sparks15. Speaking of English and Southern slang, everyone on Discord has been teaching me Southern slang. I just recently learned things like bless his/her heart and yeehaw. It's really interesting as an Englishman who'd never hear anyone say those things. Oh, what did I say the other night in bed and you started laughing at me? Fixin.
Yeah.
I said I was fixing to do something.
Yeah.
And Mal just started laughing. And I was like, why are you laughing? She's like, you say things. And I'm like,
I'm fixing to get some pretzels.
You know, I'm fixing to get up and do that. Fixin', I don't know if you've heard this one, Sparks. Fixin' is basically, I'm preparing to do a thing. So, and like that one doesn't even feel Southern to me. Because it's
but
just,
it
like clearly is, but it's one of those, I don't know, for the region that I grew up, that's very normal. Fixin' is to repair things. No. Now, can you be fixin' to fix something? Yes. That means you are preparing to fix.
See, I was always fascinated.
A new one for you.
When I was teaching, I had some kids that sounded very Southern.
Fixin' for a friend.
I had some kids that, like, originally came from places like Kentucky.
Yeah.
And her accent was very different.
Yeah.
So.
And it is.
Mm-hmm. And Alex's Southern is different than your Southern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny when the four of us get together, me and him, you and Haley.
Yeah.
And then me and Alex will just start talking very Southern at each other, and Haley and Mal just roll their eyes.
Haley's Midwestern is different than mine.
Yeah.
Because, like, she calls Duck Duck Goose Duck Duck Gray Duck, because that's kind of like a Minnesota thing.
Sorry, I have to read what Brandon wrote. I'm fixing to affix the iFixit Fix and Fix guide to the wall. I just needed to say that with my human mouth. I feel better now. You can keep talking.
Anyway, Duck Duck Gray Duck is Duck Duck Goose, but Minnesota. And
Yeah.
then, like, the eastern side of Wisconsin says bubbler, but the western side in Minnesota don't.
Doesn't.
Don't say it.
That's also a Midwestern thing. I've noticed the changing up doesn't and don't, and also what is it that you do?
Oh.
No. There's a thing that you do that drives me crazy. Now I can't remember what it is. Something to do with like adverbs.
8Giraffe8 says no, it's don't because it's plural. It's don't because it's plural.
Wait, what did you say?
I don't remember now. Don't. I said don't.
No,
you said
but
doesn't.
I don't remember what the. Well,
I don't remember the rules.
I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about for the thing I do. I end things with
Preposition. That's it.
Yes. Do you want to go with?
I hate that. That is not the thing here. Like, if you want to go, then you ask, do you want to go? You don't say, do you want to go with? You
Because of the way that the words in, like, German are ordered.
Like, if you want to ask me if I want to go, you just say, do you want to go? You've already identified me. Do you want to go? Yes, I want to go. Not, do you want to go with? You don't need the with. Leave the with out. James says, as a writer, this is so fascinating. That, honestly, like, over the years, when Mao has done that, I've been like, what are you talking about? And Carly does it.
Yeah.
Carly is basically... anything Mao does, Carly is Mao on steroids. It's just the way it is. And I think it's because she continues to exist in the Midwest. I think that's why. Mm-hmm. But seriously, ending in a preposition is like...
Decoy tries a Uber. I missed the rest of it.
Oh, sorry. Let me scroll up a little bit.
One more. There. We say, you want to go store. We drop the 2 and it's pretty bad.
Okay, yeah, that's worse. I like it. I like it as a written thing. Like, I would like it in a novelization. I would like it less if I was talking to someone and they said that. You want to go store? I'd be like, I don't... What? You mean, are we fixin' to go store? Yes. Anyway, 300 bits from Paint Chipper. Just wanted to say good morning and hi. Hi, Paint Chipper. Good morning to you. 300 bits from Summer Essentia. So in the English dub of Pokemon, they call onigiri donuts, right? In the Norwegian dub, they called them jam-filled Danish pastries. Seems like a lot of extra text. I remember, as a kid, not understanding what onigiri was, but them calling those jelly donuts, and just...
being super confused.
And, well, when we would go to the donut store, I would always look for them. Because I was like, where are these jelly donuts? And it confused me as a kid because I didn't understand that that was a change that they made.
It was a choice.
So I was just looking for them forever. Guy says, I always thought it was a type of Japanese donut. I didn't make the connection to Japan. I was just like, that's a donut somewhere. Where do I get this donut? But the Pokemon anime came out when I was like... Pokemon came out in 98, and I think everything rolled out in 98 in the US, so I was 9. And that was the good age for me to not really question, you know, the localization of a show. And instead to be like, well, where do I get these donuts?
Coffee.
And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know where you get them. 500 bits from Mr. Game Boy says, actually, it would be really cool for you and Mao to play Little Nightmares, since it would be really interesting to see Mao paint it, because she hasn't done a horror piece and would love to see one. She has done Limbo. Oh, and Inside.
Yes.
It depends how you judge horror, I guess. But if those count, I think those are the only 2 you've ever done.
Yes.
I don't think you've ever done any other things that I would...
Coffee.
That I would say are horror. Oh yeah, Jesse says BioShock. People would argue with you on BioShock, but
I agree with BioShock.
Mao would agree, and I would be like, I don't know if it counts. I mean, the subject matter, I guess, that Mao decided to paint was not horror.
No.
The subject matter in Limbo and Inside, those paintings are horror. Because
Yeah.
you're getting chased by the spider and then also the underwater girl.
Yeah.
But your BioShock painting is just of the thing. Okay, you know what? BioShock is... It's a horror. It's this much horror, but it's a horror game. I said it. Went on the record. It's a tiny horror game. Didier says Pikmin 2 is very scary. Now that's what we should be talking about, in my opinion. Pikmin is a frightening game. But the scariest game that's ever been made is Minecraft. 300 bits from Prince, who says, here's some RPG horror games I feel like would be a great October series. They tell a good little story and can probably be wrapped up in about a month's worth of episodes, and I've mentioned them on Patreon before, but thinking about Ib, Mad Father, The Witch's House, and Misao, and technically not a horror game nor short enough to fit in a single month, but definitely has some intense atmosphere moments, Off. All listed them sort of in order, which I like best, except off is higher up. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of good things. October's far enough away that maybe things will be a little different. It'd be cool if we were streaming some horror games around that time. And, like, those are certainly possibilities. I know Luigi's Mansion has been on our list. Luigi's Mansion is thankfully super short. Like, 2 streams, it's done. Maybe 2 slightly longer streams, but it's done. I think it's like a 6-hour game. It's really short. And then maybe one day we could actually play 3.
Maybe. Rachel says Animal Crossing is playable Groundhog Day. Changed my mind.
Oh no!
I could have named your town Punxsutawney.
Would that fit?
No. Definitely not.
You could make it fit.
Definitely not.
You could make it fit. Those games are a lot like Lisa. Oh my god, Lisa! God, I haven't thought about Lisa in a long time. That's a game I wanted to play through at some point too. Lisa's dark. I played the first 20, and like that game is really dark, really fast. But it's really good, and it's clearly inspired by Earthbound. Like, so very inspired by it. So, and it doesn't lighten up. Well, it's good to know. I highly recommend, if folks are interested in a very dark Earthbound-like RPG, to check out that first 20, which is apparently more like a first 40 of Lisa. It's a great game. It's been out for a few years. It goes on sale quite a bit. You can pick it up for pretty cheap, and it's worth checking out. 520 bits from Tired Psychopomp. I had a professor in college, I live in Arkansas, who came from New England somewhere, and she told us a story of taking her son, who'd grown up in Arkansas, to school when he was 6, and he said he was fixing to do something. She scolded him and said, "We do not fix to do things." I mean, in my day-to-day life, I have done a fairly good job of turning off some Southernisms. But they still do come out occasionally. Usually when I'm most relaxed, sometimes they'll slip out. Which is why when we're in bed and I'm talking about something I'm planning to do,
yeah,
I might say fixin'. Like, I'm fixing to get up and do that. And I'll be like, are you? I'm like, well, at least it doesn't end in a preposition. 200 bits from Mad Riddler. Mad Riddler, thank you. 300 from Squid, who says the English dub of Pokemon also called onigiri popcorn balls in one of the Johto episodes.
That's a better thing than donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I also haven't had a popcorn ball in, like, a long time. Lana says, I'm sad that there's no username that's fixin' to shag. Bless your heart, I'm fixin' to shag. That's a country song we need. 100 bits from the Tickle Monster. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Sparks15. To give you some English slang, I refer to food as scran. Another one is ho-way, which means come on, used in a sentence. Ho-way, mate. Wanna grab some bevs? Come on, buddy. Want to grab a beer? At least bevs makes sense. Bev is kind of a weird one because Bev is shorthand for Beverly, which is kind of a... Beverly is an older name, so that instantly creates connotations of, like, do you want to go to the bingo hall and try to pick up some older women named Beverly? You know, for me personally, that's what I think. But it's also, you know, I guess in other places...
Stephen saying that phrase is something I did not know I needed.
Also, my first thought to say bingo hall was definitely the right choice. It's like, if you're gonna find a, if you're doing a scavenger hunt, and part of the scavenger hunt is woman named Beverly, where do you go? You go to the bingo hall.
Coffee.
Just saying. Scran, I don't get. I'm not sure why that is food. I'm trying to figure that out, and I don't know where that's getting based from, but I'm like, Scran? Yeah. Some things are probably going to be hard to explain, so. 300 bits from Lana, who says, okay, wait, since we're already on this topic, when I started watching the vlogs a million years ago, I had to get used to Stephen saying whenever, when us Midwesterners would just use when.
After Lana sent that, Chaz said yes, and it drives me crazy.
Wait, what's an example of me saying whenever when you would just say when? What's an example of that?
I can't think of anything.
Chat, help me. Because I'm trying to understand this exactly. I had to get used to Stephen saying whenever, when us Midwesterners should say when. If I'm saying, like, whenever you want to go.
See what Chaz said?
Whenever I went to the store yesterday, I bought Coke. I wouldn't say that, though. Whenever this happened. You absolutely do.
He does.
I don't think I would say it that way. There's rules, Chaz.
Should I start calling you out on it? So
Whenever I went to the store yesterday, I bought Coke. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say when. Are there times when I would say whenever? Yes, but it's probably... there's probably specific rules about it that I don't realize and you don't realize. I'm not saying I don't say it. I'm just saying that sometimes when people think that it applies to a lot of things, it applies to specific things. I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you. Fine. Whenever we were at Costco, you did it more in college. I want you to call me out on these.
Okay, I'll try.
I want to try and figure out what the pattern is. Because when I read things, I can imagine myself saying something, and that sounds strange to me. So I'm like, maybe I'm using whenever, but I'm using it in like a different way. Now I'm curious. Now I'm really curious. Okay, I'll have Mal call me out on it over the next few days and see, you know, you just let me know whenever it happens.
Just happened.
That was a joke. Or was it? 300 bits from TMA628 says, how much fixins could a fixer fix if a fixer could fix shag? Well, he'd shag as much fix as a fixer could fix if a fixer could shag shag.
You guys use fixins so much, though, because, like, you say, like, fixins for the side, like Bojangles does that, right?
Oh, yeah, well, that's fixins. That's not...
Everyone uses sides. Everyone else uses sides.
Fixins is a very, very, very southern word for sides.
Side dishes.
Not many places use that.
See, that's another fixin, though.
Well, that's fixins. That has an S at the end. It's not the same. It's a different word. But, like... So even if you were in the South, you would only hear that word used if you were at a very southern restaurant. You know what I mean? You're fixing to go to the store and get some fixins for dinner. I mean, that's kind of a strange dinner.
You have everything else. It's for dinner.
Oh, I understand. Okay. You know, picking up some okra and some... grits and some...
biscuits.
Hush puppies.
Yeah.
Or Dodgers. People call them Dodgers. 300 bits from Prince Riku. You now have Jenga World Tour on its way. Well, thank you. Enjoy the worst physics engine in the modern era of console gaming in the world of Kotaku. Also, the Ice Jenga option. There's a video of it on YouTube of this poor German gamer playing it, and oh boy. Well, at least now everyone has something to push for Extra Life. I'm excited about that. 300 bits from Andrew in the kitchen. Not sure if you've had this pretty British discussion before, but what do you call a bread roll? Is it a bread roll, or is it a cob, a bap, a bun, a tea cake, a bread cake, or a softie? That last one is Scottish, apparently. A bread roll is a bread roll.
Maybe bun.
No. No. If you are eating a bread roll
does it
on
have
its
a hard
own,
outside shell versus a bun, which would be soft?
No.
Okay.
No. Buns are something that meat goes inside. A bun is what holds a sandwich together. It's what holds a hamburger together. A bread roll is just a roll. All of those other things are not rolls. Some of those things aren't things to me. I look at some of those words, I'm like, those aren't anything. But yeah, if you're eating bread and it's to be enjoyed alone or with, you know, butter, that's just a roll. What is a BAP? 300 bits from Prince. I'm seeing people discuss Pikmin in chat now, and I just want to say you should check out Scruffy's series where they played Pikmin 2 in first-person mode. Terrifying and intense. And I also want to mention I want a Pikmin 2 mod where every cave has the water wraith, excluding the boss floors. But yeah, first-person Pikmin, horrifying. Olimar has to be traumatized. I've seen a little of that before. I've looked it up. And I would not play that game in first person. I also wouldn't play Pikmin 2 again, just as a general concept. But I also would never play it in the first person. Too scary. 21 months from Auxime. Hi, grandparents. Hope you have a lovely Thursday. Thank you, Auxime. You too.
21.
21. Oh, there's something coming.
Yep.
There's something coming. Sing about Olimar's trauma, or in your words, Pikmin PTSD. When I recall the adventures of Olimar and Louie, sometimes I just have to spit and go, Tooie, it really has done a terrible number on me. I'm fairly certain I have Pikmin PTSD. Pikmin PTSD. The first game is wonderful. The first game is wonderful. I actually very genuinely adore the first game. It's paced well. The amount of length is right. It's great. I recommend everyone experience Pikmin 1. Just skip the second one. Skip it. You don't need to play it. Those 5,000 bits from Prince, who asked me to sing about Olimar's trauma, or in my words, Pikmin PTSD. I hope you enjoyed the song. I am waiting on playing Pikmin 3, though, because, you know, any day now, right?
Maybe.
Any day now they're going to announce it for the Switch. 300 bits from NicoJack7340. Speaking of horror games as paintings, I'm sure there are some people that think geese are pretty horrifying. You've done 3 horror paintings. Goose game.
Peace was never an option.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a goose, so. Wow, that is metal. Don't bite metal. Ow. 500 bits from Sparks15. You say you've been drinking more tea recently, so I ask, how do you make a cup of tea? This topic is important to Brits that it can break. Is so important to Brits that it can break friendships. Just for reference, I put water in kettle, tea bag in cup, pour in water, stir, take out tea bag, milk, done. So for me, tea is always black. I never put in milk or sugar. That's just not a thing I do. But I also drink coffee the same way, so I don't put any extra stuff. If I have a sore throat, I will put honey in my tea, but I don't ever put milk or sugar. So we have a Keurig for convenience sake. So generally what I do if I want to make tea is I'll put the tea bag in the cup and then put it under the Keurig and have the Keurig just put in hot water. And then that's it. That's the full thing. Yeah. I also don't take the tea bag out, which I know some people have strong opinions about that and the fact that it can make tea ultimately bitter. I don't care. I don't care. Asking,
that's because you drink your coffee black.
I just, it's one of those things that it does not affect me in any way whatsoever, and it's too much effort to take this out and throw it away while I'm in the middle of drinking the tea. I just don't.
We did watch the video of Tom Scott with the International Standard cup of tea.
Oh, yeah?
Remember? There's
like
rolls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that another one? Florelia with the 2033 bits, who says, according to Anise Vanderbilt, this breaks the Peggy record. Really? Was the Peggy record broken this morning? Holy crap. I don't remember what the record was, but I do recall I mean, it might have been a year or so ago at this point, but there was a stream that it was like,
the record was 27 and that was 28 apparently.
Holy crap. Well, first off, thank you all for the support, and then also congratulations on making a new a new record. I remember...
Some people are saying it was in the 30s.
Well, was it... There was also, when it happened last time, it started on Tuesday and continued to Thursday. Mm-hmm. So it was 34, but there was apparently over 2 streams. So this is the biggest one for a individual day, apparently, because that was for the whole week. Okay, so this is the single most Peggies in a day. In other words, a gaggle. How to beat the song record of 40. Oh god, that was the very beginning of Mario RPG, I think. That was a lot of songs.
Some people in chat are asking about kettles. They were like, are kettles not common in the US?
I mean, if you're a super, super tea drinker, maybe you'd have a kettle.
I think Lindsay has a kettle, but she likes like the aesthetic of it on her stove.
It's actually more of that. I think more people in the US have them as an aesthetic than they have for actual use. Not that they don't use them, but I think that's more about what it's about.
We have an electric one somewhere, but we used it for one thing and we haven't used it since.
Yeah. It's, yeah, maybe if someone's like really, really, really big into tea, they would have a kettle, but otherwise not. We got 100 bits from Ace Trainer Ben. Thank you, Ace Trainer. Lana gifted a sub to Prince7. Appreciate that. Thank you, Lana. And 21 months from Phelps Out. Hello, it me. I'm here to share some love. I love you. Aw, I love you too. Thank you, Phelps Out. Appreciate it. We finished the alerts.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up.
We should, because it's 11:02.
Yeah, we're gonna exercise.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Getting back on the Ring Fit. We've taken a slight sabbatical, but our schedule's getting better, so. And joining us in our exercise adventure will be Peggy, sent to us by Cobalt Custard. Thank you, Cobalt. I feel like she would get better exercise than we would, because she runs a lot. Things to announce for today. Smash Greninja. It's Greninja's episode for Smash today. And that's it. There's nothing else to announce. Other things coming up. Obviously, tomorrow we've got the Mario RPG stream.
Mm-hmm. I have a video Saturday.
Mao has a video Saturday, which is exciting.
Mid-month non-painting video.
Also gives people, they'll get a chance to see the goose painting again.
Yeah, and then goose painting can go to its home.
Then goose painting will finally go to my parents' house. They'll be able to hang it up. Mal needed the goose painting in order to do this video.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, and then it was here
anyway
because of the pandemic, and then I was like, well,
yeah.
I can make a video on this, and then just let them hang it.
Yeah, so that's that'll be happening very soon, which is wonderful. They'll finally be able to enjoy it. And then other things. I mean, on Tuesday there's a First 20 stream. It's probably gonna be a little long. Oh, and then Saturday, just so people can start getting excited for this, there's a new Broken Picture phone where we return to the most requested theme ever: vlog titles. So look forward to that. There was also a lot of people in that video.
Yeah, there were.
I think we had both Josh and Tom,
mm-hmm.
which we haven't had both of them at the same time for a while. So, yeah, it's a good one. 300 bits from Prince, who says the hot new exercise routine to burn off the fat, running from a gaggle of Peggies. Not enough bits for Peggy, but had to get in quick. I mean, if you were running from them, yeah, you'd have to run really fast. And also, I don't think you would survive. Unfortunately. That's it for today. Thank you all for being here. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you, mods, for hanging out with us and always doing an amazing job. And then also thank you all for the support. There was a lot of Peggies this morning, and we appreciate it. I do hope that you'll join us tomorrow evening, since now we have the Star Egg.
Star Egg.
It's basically just Volcano.
Yeah.
Join us tomorrow as we jump into a volcano. It's going to be fun. It's going to be warm, no matter what. Thanks. See you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Mario RPG.